I was going to say, it's 1 o'clock. I'm like, welcome to class, everyone. I'd say, should we wait a few more minutes to see if anyone else hops on?
I think if it's one, we roll.
Okay, let's get going then.
Especially because I got a cray-cray day, so.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so do we want to start with what we're planning here?
Okay.
Okay, so Kim and I are going to be walking you through getting your app. Your app should be set up. All the background stuff you were already supposed to have done. So, you know, your marketing and everything profile should be in there. So we're taking it from the point of where you can share it. You've shared it with your buyer or your seller, and then you can create your own steps for buying and selling within the app to share with them, so that you can monitor their progress along the way, and they can learn essentially from you what next steps are. So I got that right, Kim?
Yeah, I was going to say, is it okay if I share my screen? I'm going to show them where, if someone logs onto their website, where the guide is, just so they know what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you can always go back and watch these. They're super helpful.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't have it up like I thought I did. All right, you guys, so this is the consumer website. I've already logged on to it. So if someone has a login, right up here, it will say guide. And when you click into the guide, it will then pop up over on the left-hand side, whether it's buying or selling. And as you go along, they can either mark things off or you can. And they have the different headings, the little blurb, and then when you click on them, they have more information for them on there. And then they have, if they can mark off completed, or they can just click next step and go through it and see what the process is. So this is what we're going to be building today. It's also accessible on the app on the phone, where it says just guide, and they click on it there as well.
And if you want to play with this, have a family member or a friend, or, you know, maybe not someone you're exactly working with, you can share it with, and then they can look at it, and you can, you know, work through the process with them, so, you know, they can give feedback and you can see how it's working.
Yep. As we go through this, you guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask or type them in the chat box.
Do you want to go back to your screen, or do you want me to?
I was going to say, why don't you can show them how to walk through it.
Okay, so okay, where is my, oh, there we go. Okay, so I actually came at this a little differently. So I started on the home screen of your KW command page, and there is your all new KW app is here. Follow the guide to customize it. This is super helpful. And because your pictures are there, I can't click on it. So, but over here, that if I had clicked on it, this is where I would have gone. So you can start with, you create a premium app experience, and it's very helpful. So I'm going to play this for you, and we can pause and go to work.
Can you click to make it a little bigger?
Maybe. I am not sure that
the little arrows that are
here
pointing out. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Maybe it's just me, but there's no sound. And the video does have sound.
Oh, it's mine sound is on.
Oh,
Okay. Well, why don't I just work you through this here? Okay, so on the bottom of your, back here, on the bottom of your home page, I gotta get out of this, sorry. Stop share. Okay, let me go back and I lost it. Here we go. Okay, so going back to your home screen, you want to click on your consumer app, which is the bottom icon.
hey Marjorie, I think it's still in the video.
Okay, I can't get out of it.
Okay, did you
I'll
see the
close
little
the
X
video.
that popped up if you hover over it
Yeah.
in the middle of it
Okay,
and click on that?
I'm just gonna get here.
Okay.
Somebody at 214-463 has needs to mute. You can hear your car.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, would you do that? I can't seem to get out of here.
All right. Let's see. One. All right. So I'll go to the dashboard. All right.
I think restart working in command. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go back to the home screen
Uh-huh.
so everyone can see. And where do you want me to go, Marjorie?
I go down to the consumer app on the bottom.
Okay.
Well, this happens all the time.
All right. Let's see.
On the left side, on the bottom, hit the consumer app.
It's
Okay. It's just deciding it's going to spin for a while.
yes.
Okay, so if you go up to Guide Builder and hit Guide Builder, and for some reason, this seems to take longer in the afternoons. Maybe more people are accessing the site. And we want to focus on Seller's Guide today because we're focusing on listings in the office. So you click on the Seller's Guide.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you see the little 6 little buttons on the left side. Those allow you to move the different components that you have in there up and down. So if you decide you're going to put schedule an appointment after you say put in meet with a loan officer, then you can move that down and put meet with a loan officer above that. It's really up to you. You can edit these any way you want. And if you go all the way down to the bottom, you can add a step. So what I did was I went into the seller kind of steps that Nick and I have, and we're trying to, and not trying to, I intend to and have started to amplify those within this app. So for example, if Roberts doesn't say meet with a lender is one step, then you could do that here. And then the subtitle here would be, you know, whatever you want to say about the importance of meeting with a lender. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then down below, you have the opportunity to put in a picture. Maybe you have a picture of a favorite lender, or you have a picture of, you know, somebody having a conversation. Whatever it is you want to do, you can browse and put it in there. And then, well, you would have to put an image in there in order to get through this next step. And once that's done, you would hit continue, and that gives you the opportunity to then put the steps for the pre-approval in. So I think, Kim, you have some.
Yeah, so when you hit continue, it then will.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Yeah, and then you can edit that on the right side when you go to edit. So that's your workspace text. So it could be one, we'd like to refer you to da 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 da, or here's why you need to, you know, meet with a specific lender. Now, here's the problem with on the seller side. It's not a problem. It's the wrong thing to say. They have pre-configured the seller side for Keller offer, for Keller mortgage, and for Keller covered, and you can't change that. Those are the only two things you can't change in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like she was saying earlier, let's say I want to move this up before here, and then I can just move it.
Yeah. And you can edit this any way you want, so that you can really move your sellers through the entire process on your app, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So this is a lot more than the default is, because I've gone in and customized it. One thing I would say before you start this is to find pictures, or at least pictures you don't mind as placeholders, so you can save your steps as you go through it, because it does automatically populate to your app and to your website after you hit save. So it's a very quick update.
Yeah. Yeah, do make sure that that you've got your spelling right and all that, because it's going, you know, it will be seen. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, what are some steps that you guys would think that we need to include for a seller? I was gonna say, are there things that you guys end up having to tell customers or your clients over and over again, something that, you know, every client you work with needs to know? I'd say those are probably some of the things that you want to make sure that you have steps for.
I mean, you want to put it that in the inspection, we look for these key elements, you know, the roof, the foundation, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC health, you know.
Do you guys have any questions about what we've gone through so far?
I think it's pretty easy to do. You just need to plan out and rip off anybody's, you know, information too, because there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. But there's a, you know, think of all the elements that you would be discussing with your sellers in a, you know, in a consultation and in the process, and then go ahead and start putting them in the apps. I'm sure they'll be really impressed.
One thing I would say is the default ones are there. Just make sure that you go and read through them and that they're accurate, because each state has different rules. And so depending on what guidelines and laws we have to follow, make sure that at least the default makes sense for your business. since I'm in here, I'm going to go. So if you guys, once this is built, where you find it for each of your clients is under opportunities.
If they've downloaded it.
Yes, they have to download the app or have logged on to the website.
So, question, to build the app, you need to go to the opportunities tab?
No.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
You go to the client, the tab on the very bottom, which
Okay.
is the consumer tab.
Which
It's kind of,
I'm not seeing on mine currently.
it's a very bottom,
Right.
so maybe you just can't see that. It's the last tab
There.
that's lit up on the bottom.
Okay. I also had a hard time finding it, as well as where to go to
You can see the
update my
top of
website.
it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the consumer one, then it's the guide builder you click on.
Okay. Is that similar for the website? Because I couldn't find that either.
This guide builder affects both the app and the website.
Okay. Okay. I will look again when I get off of this.
All right. So yeah, so this is that. And then the buyer or seller, and then you just click the little pencil off to the side. So yeah, so once your clients have downloaded the app and you have an opportunity card created for them, because that's key, because you can only mark things off once they have an opportunity card. So I'm going to come into right here. So you go to the sales pipeline, you go to the opportunity card that you have for them. And then in here, you go, it will say, this one says seller profile. For buyers, it will say buyer profile, and you click in there. And it says they're registered with the consumer platform. So that means that they are, have the app on their phone. And then you come down here to manage guide. And as you go through, you can mark off when they've completed the different items. So let's see here, professional photography isn't completed. So I'm going to hit complete, hit save changes, and it says, are you sure you want to save changes? And I hit save changes. So as soon as I've done that, if I come over here, let me refresh the screen, because I'm logged in as a consumer on the website that's connected to that opportunity card. It should then show on my side that that's been completed. A great thing this might be for, like, when they're waiting for, like, oh, is the appraisal back yet? Things like that, they can come and check, you know, their app or log onto the website. So it's now clicked off saying that professional photography has been completed. And then I can go next and, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. So if I'm on professional photography, I hit next, and then I know what the next thing is that's going to happen in the process. So do you guys have any questions, or have you guys tried this so far, and have you guys learned anything or have any tips?
It's not hard, it just takes a little planning. But the user end of it's pretty easy.
Okay. I'm going to throw a file up here on the chat. It's Customize Your Consumer App. And so it's actually, it's from KW Connect, but it's kind of a worksheet that you can walk through to help you kind of plan out your steps ahead of time, so you kind of know what you're doing when you go in to build it. As I
Do
say,
you guys want to try it right now and see if you have any issues with it? While we're here?
I was going to say, I guess if no one has any questions or you're not wanting to try right now, I guess that's what we have today is just going through it. I would recommend at least looking at customizing your consumer app because it is a good way to kind of walk you through the process of brainstorming what you want to stick in it.
Yeah, and if you notice at the top of your command homepage where it says to, you know, there's your consumer app and click on this for directions, just follow along there. It's really helpful and it's very direct, really short videos.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your
Bye.
guys' afternoon.
Bye, Lori. Bye, Kimmy.
I think
Okay.
that's it then.
I
I'll
think that's it.
talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.